Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, we're talking about something that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about. We've talked about this one previously, but now it's back and better than ever. We're talking about iiSU, or iiSU, or subscribe to Mr. Sujano, depending on how you wanted to pronounce that. Anyways, iiSU has a brand new video here titled iiSU Full Presentation that I would recommend checking out. Now this video is 23 minutes and 48 seconds long, and I think it's worth watching it for 23 minutes and 48 seconds. There's a whole lot of information in here, and I would argue that this is kind of reinventing what an emulator front end is. This is like an entire ecosystem. Now, for those of you who are familiar with emulator front ends, you generally know there are some free ones and there are some paid ones. And they're going to be taking a hybrid approach with iiSU. There's going to be a free tier and a paid tier. And the paid tier isn't that expensive at all. It's only going to be proposed as $5. So here's the quick comparison between the base and premium tiers, the proposed base and premium tiers. The base tier is proposed at free, and they say here, complete launcher functionality, customize all your game assets, online connectivity, and absolutely no ads. For the premium experience, the price is $4.99, basically $5. It's a one-time purchase, not a subscription model. And they say full customization and theme support, extra widget pages and profile showcases, share creations through Shopee, and premium badge. Now it is worth pointing out here, as for platforms it's going to be available on, they are starting with Android and may work out from there, but Android will be the primary focus. Now I don't know about you, but in my opinion this is highly ambitious, and I'm very, very curious to see everything take shape and to see the final product. Taking a look here, this is reinventing what an emulator front end is. Even just calling it a front end, I think, is really underselling it. This is going to be something entirely different. And interestingly, it's not just with emulation. There's a whole lot more to it. There's a whole community aspect to it. There's news in there. Even I might make a cameo. There's even more stuff. This is really cool. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm extremely excited for this one. I will be paying close attention to it. And when I know more, you'll know more. But I do recommend checking out the video, and if you are interested and wanted to learn more about it, like everything we talk about, links will be within the GitHub link in the bottom of the description below. I don't hide my sources. Unfortunately, I don't know the specific release date of this just yet. And on a quick side note here, if you wanted to learn more about this one, there's links to everything in their description below, including a link to their Discord channel where you can learn more about this one in real time. I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's super exciting, and I am very curious to see this thing shape up. And speaking about seeing things shape up, next up we're talking about PlayStation 2 emulation on Android with ARMSX2. And ARMSX2 just released version 1.0.6. Now, I don't know about you here, so let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, but I would argue this is a massive release for ARMSX2. They say here, this release is the most significant as it includes online support and turn-up custom drivers. It's the first exclusive feature and breakthrough ARMSX2 has over Aether SX2. And speaking about new releases, next up here we're talking about Plastic, which is an NES emulator written in Rust. And Plastic just got a brand new release. So at the time of filming, version 0.3.5 is the latest and greatest update. Not necessarily a huge update, but they have improved the audio. And speaking about updates, but arguably not in a good way at all, next up we're talking about the price of RAM. There's a very interesting article up on Twisted Voxel that I would recommend checking out, and listen to this headline. PS5 is currently cheaper than 64GB DDR5 PC RAM. Yeah, so taking a look at the article, and they've got a comparison here, a side-by-side comparison of an Amazon listing for the PS5 at $400 and RAM at $525. It is fancy RAM, but at the same time, oh, that's a fancy price, I guess. Anyways, yeah, it's significantly more than a PS5, and this isn't just some one-off cherry-picked case. They've got listings for even more expensive RAM. Now, I don't know about you here, but I would guess you share a similar sentiment as I do by saying, I hate this, and hate isn't even a strong enough word. I mean, I'm wondering at what point does RAM get too expensive for AI companies to even buy up? We've talked about this one in previous videos. We've talked about the increasing scarcity of high-capacity micro SD cards because of this as well, and also the increasing scarcity of HDDs. And I'm just wondering what's next and what are the prices going to? I'm wondering if scalpers are going to start taking a look at this and jacking up the prices even more. Like, I really don't know here. This to me is just ridiculous. But moving on from that mess, and next up, we're still talking about hardware here, but listen to this tweet. After 4 years of hard work, we, LNH team, are proud to announce that DSpico or DSpico or something else I can't quite put my finger on, our open source flash cart for the DSi is officially released. Yes, an open source flash card. So taking a look at their website here, and everything appears to be up on GitHub. It's a very interesting project, and the board is based on an RP2040 microcontroller. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, but I would argue this is huge for the DS and DSi space. And speaking about huge news, next up we're talking about Embracer. And I would argue that this news is not great for Embracer's overall image, its overall arguably bad image. Listen to this headline up on VGC. Embracer sells 2 more companies from its acquisition spree era, as Remnant and Neverwinter firms offloaded. Arc Games and Cryptic Studios have been sold by Embracer. This might actually be good news for Arc Games and Cryptic Studios. So feel free to check out the article for more information on the matter. They say the 2 companies have been acquired by Project Golden Arc, owned and led by members of the Arc Games management team, in a $30 million deal funded by XD Inc. This to me is pretty darn big news. If you had $30 million kicking around, you missed out on buying 2 game companies. And speaking about stuff going other places, next up here we're talking about Death Stranding 2. And if you were looking forward to this game headed to PC, you might not be waiting for too much longer. It's being reported that it has been rated for PC. Now, unfortunately, I don't know the release date nor the price of this just yet when it's going to hit PC, but I'm guessing here, and a lot of people are guessing, we're going to learn more about this during the Game Awards. And speaking about big reveals, next up we're talking about Liminal Point. If you're a fan of Silent Hill or Resident Evil, you might be a big fan of this upcoming game. Liminal Point just got its official trailer 3. Feel free to check this one out again. Like everything we talk about, links will be within that GitHub link below. But taking a look, this game does look very interesting in terms of overall gameplay and perspective. This seems like it may scratch that itch for those who like Silent Hill and Resident Evil and wanted something a little bit familiar and a little bit different. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if this game will be headed to the Nintendo Switch, but it is headed to Xbox and PS5 and PC via Steam, Epic, and GOG. If you're looking at getting this DRM-free, GOG might be the way to go. And speaking about game trailers from games we've already talked about on this channel, next up we're talking about Mighty Final Fight Forever. If you're a fan of Final Fight, if you're a fan of this style of graphics, which I think look pretty fun, you might be a fan of this game here. They've got a brand new release date trailer on YouTube I would recommend checking out. Mighty Final Fight Forever is releasing on December 23rd after a pre-release stream. And taking a look here, I kind of agree with this top comment. Why am I more excited for this than any other AAA BS? And maybe even this one too, because AAA games are currently soulless and made by committee, not fans. Let me know your thoughts about that one in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts about this one and the previous game we just talked about. And speaking about new stuff, last up here, we're talking about a brand new Raspberry Pi Imager. If you use the Raspberry Pi Imager frequently, you might like this update. If you haven't used it in a while and end up needing to use it, you're probably going to like this update. There's a brand new Raspberry Pi Imager. As for what's new here, there's a whole lot. There's a brand new wizard, a brand new look and feel, and, well, pretty much everything. They say one thing was clear. For Imager 2.0, we needed to make a radical UI change. OS customization is one of the most popular aspects of Raspberry Pi Imager, but we left it hidden in a separate window. Why hide the good stuff? So in this one, I would say they made things more simple, straightforward, and streamlined, including that wizard, which I think will help a lot of people get this thing running. Overall, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. I actually like the old Imager, but the new one looks even better. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Feel free to discuss anything we talked about in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.